tariffs and Trump. What can we expect? What to prepare for? What in the world MAGA is thinking during this time and how they're spinning the story? Let's take a look. And we'll do a deep dive and kind of get more info there. So welcome, the Freebird Spirit YouTube channel. Thank you for hanging out for a bit as we do this. You know, I'm hearing different stories coming out of the MAGAville and how they're spinning this as a positive thing. Uh, you know, whether they're blaming the downfall of the market, they're actually not really blaming. Some of them aren't blaming it on the tariffs. They're blaming the downfall of the market on Biden and Harris. So that's their spin on that. I don't know how they can, because they left the country in such shambles that it's their fault that the market has fallen. And then in regard to the tariffs, they are assured that this is a good thing and that we are not going to have to pay taxes, and this is why they're doing it, and all that whole spin on that. And so that's how they are spinning it. So if you try to have a conversation with one, that's their perception, and hard to change that. So just mind-boggling. And they literally think that we're idiots for thinking otherwise. So, there's that. So the backlash, though, and you saw on Saturday, on the 5th, that, the numbers came in. It was over 5 million people that showed up, and their voices are counted in resistance to this administration, to Trump, to the whole thing, and wanting their voices heard in these protests. And so that was wonderful. That feels good. And there will be another one on April 19th, Saturday, April 19th. So check in your area to find out where you can participate. Let's grow that number. Let's grow the number. All right. And if you need merch and gear to wear, check out my website, because I did create some t-shirts. If you're interested in hats, if you're interested in any of those things to wear to the protests, it'd be a great way to support a small business and have merch for the protests. Okay, so taking a look at F-45 and how is this affecting him? He, he knew that there was going to be a backlash. I mean, this is hit globally. He's destroying not only our economy, but he's really destroying a global a market here. And the backlash, he knew that there would be resistance to it and negative things obviously said about him and this going on. But I feel like it's bigger than he realized. Like, the pushback is bigger and the reach is bigger. I don't know. I mean, he knew that it would affect the global market, but I don't know that he necessarily understood the reach. And they're also showing, this whole the Penguin Island that was tariffed as well. I don't know if you've seen any of the memes or any of the videos of that that touches my heart. That's awesome. But I'm wondering why they're showing me that, because he just kind of blanketly just tariff all the countries, and and except Russia and what was the other one? Or North Korea. Okay. That's telling. So I'm curious to know if this playing out is going to be make it more clear his connection to Putin and North Korea. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at, take a deep dive here a little bit more on how he's feeling or how this is playing out. Is it going to play out in a way that he's hoping for? Not that we want it to, but that'll give us an idea of how for us to prepare. What else do you want to show me before we go into these cards? I'm seeing security, extra security around him for a reason, for some reason. So I'm wondering about that. That's some of the pushback, maybe. But there's extra security around him. And for him to go golfing, come on. Everybody's losing their freaking shirt and he's going golfing. He doesn't care. Okay, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to throw the cards. Okay, so we're back. I have the cards thrown. And, you know, this agenda of his is affecting, and people are feeling betrayed all over the world. It's showing that pretty loud and clear here. This whole tariff thing, it's a betrayal. He has these hidden motives of why he's doing this. I do feel these hidden motives will come to the surface, but these hidden motives do, you have the Page of Pentacles and the Seven, to bring these tariffs, you know, hurting the many. I do feel there's something, because around him as well, around this choice, I have the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords. Like, that's just brutal energy around this choice. And I'm seeing the Three of Wands as taking this action, you know, and kind of sitting back and seeing what's going to happen. You have the Four of Swords and the Five of Swords coming out of that. That's just massive. Feeling, you know, that putting people retreating, people feeling, you know, that there's no way out of this. And that's his whole goal, but we know that. But I do feel that he's not going to get away with, there's something to this that's going to take him down. Because I also have this connection. It will come to light, his action of trying to brutally win at all costs, whatever he's doing. And I also feel that he's not the only one, like, it's not just him, right? And I think I've said this before. It's not just him. There's the oligarchy. There's a whole backing of this, and you know, you have Putin who's encouraging this too. He wants to weaken. He wants to weaken the global market as well as he really wants to weaken the United States. He's been doing that since the 80s or 70s or whenever it's been a long time that he's been slowly but surely, patiently infiltrating and weakening our system, the United States. So the outcome here, you know, again, we have the Ten of Swords, and that's the ultimate betrayal. But it's going to it's going to come to light and a new direction. It's going to open up a new direction here through the ultimate betrayal. I also feel like for 45, felon 45, I have the hangman and the 3 of swords coming at him. So this isn't going to finish well for him. I do see that it'll show that he's not alone in all, making these decisions. And you have this legal proceeding. So I do feel something's going to come out about his connection to somebody else. It's all based in greed, you guys. Greed and organized crime. So I do feel like this is not just a whim. I do feel like it's literally organized crime. It's to steal. It's to pilfer. But I do feel like it will be stopped. He will be caught. We just have to hold on. I don't have timing on this, so, but I do feel like it's going to not end well for him. So I want to do a reading here specifically on him, just to kind of look and see, okay, so we keep seeing this downfall. Can you give us a little more on that? Like, when can we, all the things that he's doing, how can one man just come in because it's been all the little plans, all the little things here and there, taking over the government and bringing in his own people that will not say no to him, uh, stacking the court, doing all the things that you do so you can be set up for this moment to create such chaos. But when can we look, looking for the cards, when can we look to him being, what does it look like? Show us how show us how it looks. It's hard, so hard to, because right now he's even though he has some pulling his strings, he's pulling strings on these things. So let's hold on. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's take a look at here. I think the question that we were looking at was gives a clear picture of what he's going to be facing. And I have a pretty clear picture here. You have him being pushed out in the cold, but that's also, I mean, it could be financially too, but in general, you have that justice coming down on him, and that literally forced out into the cold. And you have him walking away, and basically with that 7, always kind of having to defend himself in some way, whatever that looks like for him. But justice will look like this. And these cards, the other cards I have, secret, travel, burial, and desert. So I don't know if he is planning on something like that. But you also with that, if you guys are puzzlers, maybe you guys could figure this out. Secret, travel, burial, desert, money, and death. So those are the cards that came up for him, like an outcome card, like things. So I also want to look at how are we going to fare as the globally, and us as the Americans, the economy. How are we going to fare through this? Are we, what does that look like? So I thought I'd take a look at that. I feel like it's really hitting in a lot of areas. And we're feeling it. And if what we're used to, having in the grocery store might look a little different. What we're used to being able to, purchase for things will just be a lot more like that. So do we hold on to it? Do we stop buying? What does it look like? So that's what we're gonna pause and take a look. All right, let's take a look at this together. We begin here in the middle, and here we are, Page of Wands. And it's, we're taking action where we can. And we're going to have to be a little bit creative of how we move forward and take that action because there is a lot of stress. So this is currently like feeling like someone else. I know that you have that Two of Wands there, and then the Nine of Swords on the other side of that. So we're like looking out, like wondering, like, but we need to be creative as far as how to move forward, what choices to make. This is in action, and it feels like someone else has the world in their hands. What can we do? And we need to be creative about that. I know that it's stressful, but we can do this. So that's kind of like the current energy there. It's important that we have this combination too. We have the Hermit, the Two of Swords. So as we look, pull from that inner wisdom and, asking us to, uh, there, you have that Six of Pentacles, that giving and receiving feel to that. And so if watch where you're giving, watch, do you need some more extra help? Find that extra help if, like that. And if you are able to help your neighbor, help your, that type of thing. Um, so that giving and receiving pieces there, but I like that Hermit energy coming in, and the Hermit just brings in that deeper wisdom. Been there, done that. We got this. Let me shine the light. Let me help where I can. It's also important at this time too how we take action. We have the Queen of Pentacles on one side and the Page of Pentacles on the other. So to keep that solid, stay grounded, keeping that nest egg, being very intentional where you do spend money right now would be important and helpful. Um, so, and looking to the future down the road, we're looking back at this and going, "Woof, we made it." It's not perfect and solid, but we made it type of feel to it. And we have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords coming in. So yeah, it was bumpy, but we moved into actually, we're going to eventually be able to move onto green pastures again, and there'll be some kind of breakthrough. But it looks like in the future, again, I'm not getting timing on this, we do make it through here. But some encouragement from from Spirit is kind of really just loving your neighbor. Like I always say, I always say, as you have heard me say, love your neighbor. And so that is what is being said here. So that's going to be something we do, is kind of reach out, connect, and support and help one another get through this. So that will be helpful. Anyways, yes, this sucks. It's hard. Find the areas and continue to stay in your power, in the energy of love and light, where you can. Just bring as much light you can right now, because yes, we are going through the stages of grief. Allow that to go through and release, but continue to try to find that place where you can stand in your light and love the best that you can through all the madness. All right. Well, you guys, I love you, and I will see you next time. And commercial time, if you are interested, please check out my website. I do have some openings for private readings if you're interested. And what else? And there's merch and all that as well. And I do have, so if you're interested in what cards I'm using, because I get asked that a lot, these are the tarot cards. And these are the other cards, the oracle cards that I used today. All right, you guys. Love you, giving you a big hug, and I'll see you all next time.